We're going to have a look at mirror use and moving off and stopping. I'll explain it using some diagrams and then we'll go out in the car and I'll show you some examples. Okay, mirror use. Now you have three main mirrors, the interior mirror and the two exterior door mirrors. You need to set the interior mirror up so you're looking straight through the back windscreen, so you're framing this back window here. The exterior door mirrors need to be set up so you're looking back along the body line of the car and then to the rear and the sides. Now you'll notice that the interior mirror has flat glass which gives a true reflection. The exterior door mirrors have convex glass which give a wider point of view but make things look further away than they actually are. You'll notice that there are blind spots, places you can't see while looking forward or looking in the mirrors. The main ones are here, back over the right shoulder, and at this side, back over the left shoulder. The smaller blind spots are here and here, the parts hidden behind the door pillars. Now everything in driving revolves around the routine mirrors signal manoeuvre. You would always check the mirrors to make sure it's all right to do what you're doing. Then you would give a signal to tell everyone you're doing it, and then you would do your manoeuvre. Now you check the mirrors before you change speed, before you change direction, or before you give a signal. So before you signal right, move right or turn right, you check the inside and right mirror. Before you turn left, signal left, move left, it's the interior and left mirror, checking them in pairs. You would check the mirrors before you speed up or slow down. Okay, if we look at moving off, here's us at the side of the road. So it's clutch down, into first gear, set the gas, get the biting point. Then you would look ahead and check all three mirrors. If there's anyone around to see a signal, whether it's a car, pedestrian or a cyclist, you would signal right to say that you're going. Just before releasing the handbrake, you would check the blind spot. The blind spot's always the last place you look before you set off. Then you would press the gas, raise the clutch and away you go, changing into second gear after about a second. For stopping, here's us pulling up at the side of the road. You would check the mirrors and look ahead. If there was anyone around, you would signal left to say that you're pulling in, pressing the brake to slow down. You would put the clutch down about here and then braking to stop 6 inches from the curb in a safe, legal and convenient place. So safe means not on the brow of a hill or on a bend. Legal means not on double yellow lines or at bus stops. Convenient means not blocking anyone's driveway. When you stop, handbrake and neutral, and then you can take your feet from the pedals. Okay, let's have a look at that in the car. Okay, here we are, preparing to move off and stop further up the road. So I'm putting the clutch in, getting into first gear, setting the gas, getting the biting point. Now I'm looking ahead and checking the mirrors. We've got a car coming towards us and a car coming from behind. So I'm going to wait until they're passing before I give a signal. Red car's just coming past, so giving a signal now. Now I'm checking over the right shoulder into the blind spot and that's clear. No, it's not, another car's coming, so just waiting. Now that car's passed, I'm rechecking the blind spot. It's clear, so it's handbrake off and away we go. Cancelling the indicator, straight into second gear. Now I've picked a spot further along. We've got a pedestrian on the left. I'm going to go past him at the bus stop and pull up near the grass. So checking mirrors, looking ahead, we've got people around, so I'll give a signal. Taking it in towards the curb, clutch down now, braking to stop. I'm checking the left mirror to make sure I'm close to the curb. Handbrake on, into neutral, cancel the signal, take the feet from the pedals, and that's it. Here we're going to do a hill start. Now the important thing with hill starts is that you set enough gas and get the clutch bite to stop the car rolling backwards. You need more gas than you do when moving off on a level. So it's the same thing, clutch down into first gear, set the gas a little bit more than usual, make sure the clutch comes up to the bite. Now I'm checking around, looking ahead, there's no one around, checking the blind spot, and it's handbrake off as I raise the clutch to stop us rolling backwards. Give it a little bit more power before going into second gear to pull us up the hill. Now I've seen the place where I'm going to pull up there on the left, so I'm checking around, I can see a car behind, so I'm going to give a signal, pulling in at this raised curb in between the driveways and bringing it to a stop. This is a good place to stop, we're not blocking any driveways at all. Okay, this is an angled start. An angled start is when you set off from behind a parked vehicle. The added danger is that because we have to get around the vehicle in front, we have to go right over onto the other side of the road. We need to control the car's speed using the clutch and gas, keeping it slow until we straighten up the wheel. So it's clutch down into first, having a look around, checking the mirrors, there's a car behind driving away. Now this needs a big blind spot check. You've got to make sure that blind spot's clear before we pull out. Now we see a car approaching from in front and one from behind, so I'm just going to wait till they've gone. As they pass, I'm going to give a signal with also a pedestrian on the left. Again, another big blind spot check, then controlling the car, keeping it slow until we've got around this vehicle, straightening up, and then we can accelerate and get into second gear. Just looking well ahead around this bend, keeping as far to the left as possible, and now I'm going to pull up in a safe and convenient place. Handbrake on firmly, and there we are. Okay, lastly we're going to take a look at moving off downhill. When you move off downhill, the car will naturally roll the way you want it to go. So it's often smoother if it's a steep hill to set off in second gear. So it's clutch down, into second gear. I'm holding the car on the foot brake and taking the handbrake off. I'm looking ahead, checking the mirrors, there's no one around. So checking the blind spot, then coming off the foot brake so the car rolls forward, and then gas, and bringing up the clutch, and that's smoother than using first gear. I'm going to pull up on the left, and there you can see we've looked at moving off on a level, at an angle, and moving off uphill and downhill. Okay.